Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. Oh boy, did we have a very exciting, tragic and also stressful episode, guys. We did have all those everything, and it was sad too. Come on, man. It was so sad. It was sad. Everything was like so good. Everything was like fireworks. It was like brilliant. We last episode we were actually watching Lyney and Lynette's magic show. Everyone was so excited about this. Everyone was like having so many expectations and everything regarding this matter. But everything just went downhill in just a snap of a rope, if you know what I mean, watching this tank here. So the magic show was going spectacular. It was really entertaining, and when we saw we were seeing the cutscenes, I was in awe. I really liked the thing, everything that we were seeing. But as you can see, in the final act of the show, there was going to be like a transfer. As you can see, there's a box and there's another box there. Lyney and one of the people from the crowd were going to like change from places from that box and that box. Like Lyney was in this box where the crime scene is, and he was supposed to be changed there. And the person, a girl, to make matters worse, was going to appear in this place. But then, out of nowhere, the person didn't come out, and then this thing fell off. But the weirdest thing about this is that the girl was no longer there. Instead, it was Lyney's assistant, Cowell, who it seems that he was like very enthusiastic, he was very reliable, and he didn't do anything wrong. He was a really good person and a really good worker, as they say. But then this happened. He got crushed by that thing. And the worst thing is that the tank was held on by some ropes. When they wanted to impress the audience by launching fireworks and the person appearing, just the person, just the rope snapped, and then that thing fell off and broke the box with Cowell in it. And now Lyney is being framed. Lyney, Lynette, and the staff from the magic show. So now, because of Fiorina, or Fossalors, and also the other characters wanting us to like take matters into our own hands, we decided to take part into this trial and be Lyney's attorneys. Again, I don't like I have stated in the previous video. I don't know why are we their attorneys. We should hire someone more professional or something. Or the trial should have been postponed until much later. And now, due to this, we have to investigate the crime scene without us knowing any sort of knowledge of a trial or how it is held or any of the laws here or whatever it is, in order to help Lyney and Lynette not get in jail for something that they didn't do, for an accident, for making matters worse. A member of their own crew, then the girl disappearing? Bro, there's something fishy here. And we have to get to the bottom of things to find out where the girl goes, to prove that Lyney and Lynette are innocent, and this was all a scheme or a misunderstanding. So, let's begin. We will start with this. Examine the white line. The white line. This is where the magic box was struck. If Kawa weren't inside the box at the moment, he might have dodged the falling water. the falling water tank, obviously. I mean, if you know that there is something up ahead that is going to fall, you still have time to react. But Cowell was in the dark, he didn't knew. And all the ruckus of the fireworks and everything obviously didn't help neither either, so okay, that's one. Have examined this. The magic box. The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. You think? It's basically it's destroyed. Yeah, it is destroyed. The rope.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
It could be so either Lyney didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
I'm just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa! Look! This bit is made from different material!
Exactly.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable, like a type of flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means...
It's
Wait,
sabotage.
why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Okay. So, a special rope. This rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. The investigation has shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. Exactly. I mean, why would you have a rope that could potentially break when you launch a firework? So you will have to use a rope that is not flammable in the slightest and can hold the thing without burning or breaking so easily. So that's one thing of our investigation. Wait, what? Oh, the rope. We have collected 2 pieces of evidence. We still have this guy.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Yep. Well, I already did. There must be something else. So first up was the rope. We can still ask 2 more people what happened. Morris, what did you saw?
Hello there! What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is? We're Lyney and Lynette's attorneys.
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her, and we have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Really? That's all? Everything that they need to say?
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
I mean, she's the best option for
It
us
is
to...
of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
I thought it was the rover from the first episode, I thought. But yeah, I mean, finding her is also one of the best solutions here, to know if there is something going on. Information about the missing lady's identity. Hasley is the missing person. She's a famous painter and came to watch the magic show in order to take a break from her own creative work. She isn't known to have been entangled in quarrels with any of the members of Lyney's magic troupe. We still have one more thing to look for. I wish that we could like see more from the staff and everything else to know what happened. Okay, we have looked into the other stuff. So those are checked. This guy too. Quentin. Let's see what they say.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyney and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lyney used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Lyney knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lyney reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lyney.
Yeah. Well, thanks anyway, and sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Lyney's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Okay, so the random number selector. This device was used during Lyney's magic show performance to choose a lucky member of the audience. However, the guards have found that it would generate the exact same number no matter what. Clearly, someone has tampered with it. But I don't think it could have been Lyney, bro. Okay, that...
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
Why?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
That's true.
What? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it.
Yes.
It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyney's trick with bated breath. so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lyney's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Yes.
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Yes, but then wouldn't the water tank have started to sink in a bit in that case? Plus, again, the well, he doesn't know, but the rope was burned, so no, your theory is wrong. And yet again, why on earth would they do that? Even if Lyney could be innocent, he's targeting Lynette, which she's still part of Lyney's crew, so.
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Yes, we should investigate that further. Strange sound during the magic show. During the switching performance, there was an audible taunt that many audience members heard. That's true. And also, what I was trying to say when I was like out, I thought that we couldn't get down of this thing, but we actually can, strangely enough. Well, everything here is a piece of evidence in order to like get to the bottom of things. Wait. Oh, yeah. So it is related. Okay, let's see if any more people know what to say. Or have something else to say. Not many people know about this. So our best clue is to look into the thing. Into the box that was wrapped. So I wanted to take a look on other stuff first. I know that the guy was going to be the one to look into. I thought it was something different. We have to examine the magic box too. Oh. It looks like an ordinary box, but Lyney somehow moved instantly from the stage to being inside of it. How did he do it? Okay, we still have one more thing. Molly, member of the guards. He's talking to Lyney and Lynette? Why?
Lyney's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Wait, why am I speaking just to like? Oh, I see.
Lyney's still talking to the guard. I think someone.
Then how about we talk to Molly?
Lyney's still talking to the guards.
Okay, there are 9 things here.
I think someone. Lyney's still talking to the guard. I think someone.
Ah, come on. Okay, that's already checked. Are there some other people that may want to talk regarding this matter? This is unbelievable, bro. How could this happen? Okay, that's that. Is there someone else that we can talk to? No, there are not many people that we can talk to. Let me check something first. Where's the thing? Or is it just triggered with when we talk to someone or investigate something?
Hey, you!
Yes,
Huh?
Both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
You're right.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Exactly. So you want to investigate this case too?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lyney an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay. Can your intuition tell us something else, please? Or what can your intuition tell, bro?
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lyney without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
Yes, she did.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Excellent. Well, when you put it like that. Well, what do you mean when you put it like that? I didn't trust her from the beginning. She just pointed out at us right when we arrived without any solid evidence. How can you confirm on nothing when she's a fairy or something? She's infuriating, bro.
Alright, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
No. No, it's not right.
Well?
Not always. What do you mean not always? Of course it isn't.
And why would that be?
Doing so make it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. Something serious like a trial should not be treated like entertainment.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You pass with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two, shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Paimon, I think you're missing the point here. Seems you've already agreed then. No, I have to scold Paimon again. That person is already like trying to help us. You can't do this kind of stuff, man. Like, come on. What if she was fussy then? We will need our only ally in this matter. Come on, Paimon.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lyney's tricks. Thanks!
They will, unfortunately. They will. Okay, so we still have to look for more clues. Let's talk, actually. Great. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
You need not worry about such things, Demoiselle. That falls under my duties.
Oh, right.
Huh. So that's why she wants to learn magic or something.
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
Oh, come on, they repeat the
You
same
need
thing.
not worry about...
Oh.
Ah, shame. Alright, so time to look for the last piece of evidence that we need. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's there. Tristan. Ugh. I don't like the look of you, bro. We'll take a look first upstairs. Oh, it opens! Okay. There's one more piece of evidence that we need. Do you have anything that can help us?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lyney and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case.
Wait, actually, let us check what we have here. We have 3 things that we have checked. Out of 9, what other 9 could there be? And we also... Okay, the Opera House thing, we already collected all 3 of them. But there are more important dialogues here. But there is nothing that we haven't... Or... I already tried to talk to other people, but there's nothing else here.
Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least not from that point on.
Okay, so what about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lyney's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
Okay, so entrances and exits to the opera. No one left the opera house during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Well, somehow this helps, but doesn't help either, too.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lyney's discussion with the guards is going.
Actually,
Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
or are we though?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
And the back door and the back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Wait, does that mean there's another box inside this one?
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
And we are heading down. But,
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
And this passage is linked to the boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Then what about your side of the trick, bro? What happened there?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Exactly.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Lyney's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Exactly. I can tell a lot of thought was put into this.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Lyney and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Okay, now we have another lead into this thing. The magic trick. Lyney gave a detailed account on how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lyney himself would also use this tunnel to get on the other side. Meanwhile, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant... Oh, okay. It is weird. Would take charge of on-stage interaction. Okay. On-stage magic box structure. The magic box on stage has an additional layer to its rear, in which Lynette, in Lyney's clothes, remain hidden. She will appear at the end of the magic trick and lead people to believe that Lyney had been able to instantly move to the box on the other side. We have another one. Okay, so we have so many to unravel. Okay, so first things first, we have the underground passageway, the underground tunnel, so they could switch the boxes and make that Lyney switch from places with the audience member, and then Lynette was going to use Lyney's like clothes in order to trick people that he was teleporting between the boxes. Alright, so that's two pieces of evidence that we needed. The third piece of evidence: audience, side magic box structure. The magic box at the center of an audience stands has two layers, and beneath is it is an entrance to an underground tunnel. This was how the lucky audience member was meant to have been transported without the audience noticing. It makes sense. Okay. All right, so back again. We have three more pieces of evidence. So the voice that was heard could it be underground? We need to figure it out because as again that part when we heard something is a clue, a very important piece of evidence. And now that we are down here, we may be able to know what happened during the transfer of the boxes. Okay, so the person could be here. Something must have happened, but we need to know. Search the underground passage for clues. Okay, examine control board. This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to have been operated automatically. And we have this. We still need two more pieces of evidence. Okay, so let's search for this. There's a ladder. A ladder is required in order to return to the magical box above. So both of them should have used this ladder, but how on earth would Cowell be on the other box? I mean, yeah, they use this, but first, where's Cowell? And then, well, how would Cowell take place on that? And then, where is the missing person? Okay. We still have more evidence to check on. There's something here. What could this be?
Huh. What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Yes, and Lyney didn't mention it earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Drop hook rope. Or maybe that's the rope that was supposed to like help the water tank. A drop that has fallen to the ground. A metal hook that has been tied to the end of the rope. Its use is unclear. That's another piece of evidence. We should write it down and take it maybe because look, a dress, something broke. This must have been the thing that broke. Let's see this face.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Maybe it was for another trick? Or someone that uses hydro energy, or a hydro that uses hydro did this.
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase! Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Yes, besides, the noise was like a loud thud, not something breaking.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Fair enough. Broken flower vase. There are many pieces of broken flower vase on one side of the tunnel. All the water within has been spilled. Juggling from the distance, it seems unlikely that it was knocked over by the trolley meant to transport the magic box. Okay. We still have 2 more pieces of evidence. We have to examine the tracks. There are some dresses and also other kinds of stuff. Okay, let's examine the storage boxes. We should examine the trolley first. Let's see. Trolley box. The trolley is crucial for transporting the magic box to the other side. The culprit must have used this to execute their plan. We also have the storage boxes. All kinds of props and costumes are haphazardly stuffed inside. And the costumes too. There's a vent? Oh no, don't tell me this is a... Oh no. No. Okay, the tracks. High precision is required to complete this magic show, and tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on its design course. We also have the dress. This piece of clothing.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Lyney didn't mention the guest having a wardrobe change.
Right! And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Why did the glasses change from the glasses that Paimon is wearing? What? Okay, the young lady's clothes. The clothes belonging to Hazy, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. We still have one more thing to investigate too. And that's the vent that is there.
What is this place?
It looks like a vent. Of course it does.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic boxes, and Lyney and Lynette were in the 2 magic boxes.
Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Tunnel vent. The tunnel vent looks like it could allow one person passage, barely, but living along with the missing ladies seems an unrealistic prospect.
Seems we're just
Alright.
about done investigating down here.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's head back up.
Alright, let's see what we can find. Or what our this. We have to prepare the case and we have to let everyone know everything else.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Yeah.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then! You know, like the kind you usually see in novels!
Yes, it would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Lyney and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The OMAC. The OMAC will too?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Oh, come on. How can that be possible? It's not fascinating. It's... It's injustice.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of something very important, so we don't have time to be picky. So we'll eat whatever it is.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Shut up, Paimon. We're in the middle of something. Keep your head on check.
Just kidding, just kidding. Paima will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Well, it's the Espina di Rusala thing.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Oh, that sounds like a fun idea. That really sounds fun. That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Well, thank you very much, but why don't you guys take a break as well, bro? Well, this is actually good, bro. Well, let's see. But thank you, actually.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Lyney and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
Alright, so apart from the twins, we're left with 2 other people. The missing girl and the deceased.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel. resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
that there is no evidence that this third person even exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
But how would that make sense? She had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked. First of all, yeah, and second of all, she was inside, so she wouldn't have known too.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Oh, it's fine. If you ate them, you ate them. Oh, it's fine. Everyone knows how much you love eating.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Maloose, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, there is really no need to do that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
Oh, they're doing
I
anyway.
have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Okay, we have another clue. Probability of third person being involved. Neither Cowell nor Hazley or Halsey have a motive, but after having talked to Navia, the likelihood of a third person being involved seems very low too. No!
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
And how am I supposed to do that? Oh boy, we have to wait some hours too. I'm really nervous about this case. Now that the possibilities have shortened and everything seems to be aligned, we should have like some sort of like way to analyze the things. And again, being an attorney is so awful, bro. Why would we agree to this? We should have someone else to go on the case. But at last, we are doing this for a friend, so... Stay tuned for the next episode, guys, because it is going to be one heck of a trial. We are going to defend Lyney and Lynette in this trial, trying to figure out what exactly went on. We have some leads, we have some things that may help us, but still everything doesn't seem to be connected. There must be something else that is going on through this case, but we still don't know for sure. And if we don't have any clear evidence, or if we tangle things up, there will be nothing for us to do. Or there will be... we will sentence them. I really hope that things go out smoothly, but I don't know. I am really like... I don't worry, to be honest. But we have to prove that cheap version of Mioni membrane, that we are not pushovers, and that we can do this. We will prove that Lyney and Lynette are innocent, and that she was pointing out just out of the blue, just to create a show. We'll teach them. So, stay tuned for the next video, guys, because we are going to take on a trial to defend Lyney and Lynette from the accusations from Fiorina, or Posalors, if you will. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that everyone enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and comment down below what else is missing on this case, because everything seems to be discarding everything. That the ones responsible for the disappearance and the death of the disappearance of a person and the death from another person and their assistant was them. It is such a mess, bro. But we have to do what we have to do. So please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss on the trial of Lyney and Lynette. I was Game Miracle, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!